Hi guys, welcome back to another lesson. Today we are talking about phrasal verbs with get. So let's get started. All right, so let's talk about phrasal verbs for a second. What is a phrasal verb? So a phrasal verb is a combination of two or more words, and it will include a verb and one or two particles. And a particle is either an adverb or a preposition. Phrasal verbs can also be transitive and intransitive, separable or inseparable. So let's take a look at transitive versus intransitive. What does that mean? A transitive phrasal verb means that it must have an object associated with it. For example, if we look at the phrasal verb to take off, meaning remove, I need to have an object that follows it. So for example, I need to take off my nail polish, or I need to take off my winter tires and replace them with my summer tires. So the phrasal verb take off must have an object that follows it. And this means that it is transitive. So an intransitive phrasal verb simply means that it doesn't need an object to follow it. It can stand on its own. For example, the phrasal verb to wake up, meaning to be awake. And we do not need an object to follow the phrasal verb to wake up. I can simply say, I wake up every day at 6 a.m. Okay, so those are the differences between transitive and intransitive. Now let's take a look at separable and inseparable. When we talk about a phrasal verb that is separable, it simply means that we can separate the words in the phrase. If we look at the phrasal verb write down, we can separate that in the phrase. For example, I need to write my list down, or I need to write my notes down. Of course, we can keep write down together, so it can be both separable and inseparable. I can say, I need to write my notes down, or I need to write down my notes. So, doesn't change. There are some phrasal verbs that are not separable, so they are inseparable. For example, the phrasal verb to run into, we cannot separate it in a phrase. So we need to say, for example, I ran into an old friend at the mall yesterday. I cannot separate the words run and into. So I can't say, I ran my friend into at the mall yesterday. It doesn't make sense. It must stay together. I ran into my friend at the mall yesterday. Okay guys, so as promised, today we are talking about phrasal verbs with get, and we're going to look at 10 very common phrasal verbs. At the end, we'll do a little quiz to see how much you have learned. Okay, the first phrasal verb we're looking at is get over, and this means to recover from something or to overcome a situation of some sort. So let's take a look at a couple of examples. It took her quite a while to get over the sickness. It took her quite a while to get over the sickness, meaning to recover. All right, phrasal verb number 2, to get rid of something, to get rid of. And this means to dispose of something. Here's our example. We need to get rid of this sofa. It's too old. We need to get rid of this sofa. It's too old. Okay, phrasal verb number 3, to get across. To get across. So this means to move something from one point to another, and that can be either figuratively or literally. So for example, the teacher got his point across to his students very clearly, meaning the students understood the idea that the teacher was saying. The teacher got his point across or got his idea across very clearly. Okay, phrasal verb number 5, to get along. To get along with somebody, usually, and this means to have a good relationship with someone Or you can say it in a negative term, which means that you do not have a good relationship with someone. For example, my colleagues and I get along very well. My colleagues and I get along very well. All right, number 6, to get away. And this means to go somewhere for a break, to get away. For example, last weekend I got away for a few days and now I feel very relaxed. Last weekend I got away for a few days and now I feel very relaxed. So I had a mini vacation. All right, phrasal verb number 7, similar to get away, but this time we're saying to get away with. To get away with something. And this has a completely different meaning. And this means to avoid being caught or to escape something that you have done. Here's an example. The thief got away with millions in jewels, meaning he escaped, he was not caught, and he was able to get millions in jewels. And he got away with it. Okay, phrasal verb number 8, to get by. And this means to survive or manage something at a minimal level. Here's an example. At the moment, we are just getting by. Times are very difficult. At the moment, we are just getting by. Times are very difficult. All right, phrasal verb number 9, to get around. And this has 2 different meanings. So either to move from one place to another, or to do something that you have been procrastinating about. For example, we get around town by bus. We get around town by bus. Or the other meaning, when you're procrastinating about something, we can say, I'll get around to it later. I'll get around to it later, meaning I will do it later. And our last phrasal verb is to get ahead. To get ahead. And this one means to be successful at something or to move to a more advanced level. For example, she has been working really hard and she managed to get ahead, and now she's the manager. To get ahead. She advanced to another level. Okay guys, so those are 10 phrasal verbs with get for you. Let's see if you can use them correctly in these phrases. Good luck on the quiz. All right, guys, that's it for today. I hope you learned something and I hope you had fun. I will see you at the next lesson. Bye.